At 10, first, the highlights. Lagos State government to conduct 2024 screening tests into model colleges, upgraded junior secondary schools. Federal government identifies tax revenue as current highest income source for Nigeria. On the foreign scene, Israel, Egypt in row over Rafah border crossing. And in sport, Nigeria's Aruna Quadri reclaims ITTF Africa Cup title. Now the details. I am Dele Agadumo. The Lagos State Examination Board is set to commence screening tests into the 16 model colleges and upgraded junior secondary schools for the year 2024 and 2025 academic session. Director Registrar, Lagos State Examinations Board, Adebayo Orunsolu, said the screening tests will hold at the 5 designated CBT centers across the 6 education districts of the state between Tuesday 28 and Friday 31st of May. Orunsolu said eligible pupils who are interested in writing the entrance examination but are yet to register have been given 1 week grace to do so, as the registration portal will be closed on Friday 17th of May. He noted that applicants are to come to the examination venue with a printed copy of their examination slip, while warning that electronic gadgets such as phone, iPad, phone watch, and others will not be allowed in the examination hall. Lagos State government has read the Riot Act to vandals in the state, restating that there is zero tolerance for their activities. Commissioner for the Environment and Water Resources, Tokunbo Wahab, stated this while speaking on the arrest of a suspected vandal, Abba Mohammed, for allegedly vandalizing and stealing iron in concrete barriers built by the state government at System 1 Odoyalaro Mainstream Webby Link Bridge. According to Wahab, the accused, who claimed to hail from Kano State, was caught in the act as he, alongside other accused, Saad and Murtala, both at large, broke down the concrete barriers and extracted the iron. He explained that the concrete barriers are built along all drainage channels and canals by the ministry across the state to separate the drainage and canal right-of-way from encroachment by residents. He stated that the arrest took place on Tuesday morning following information from a whistleblower who told state officials that those miscreants who specialize in removing the irons from the concrete barriers were currently carrying out their operations. The commissioner warned the public against the vandalism and sale of items like railings on sidewalks, bridges, railroad tracks, irons from concrete barriers, as well as manhole covers, stressing that anyone caught will face the law. Members of the public, especially residents of Ogun State, have been implored to use the newly launched Complaint Response Unit and Technical Intelligence Unit to communicate and channel their genuine concerns and complaints bordering on unprofessional conduct or serving police officers. Police Public Relations Officer, Ogun State Police Command, Omolola Odutola, made the call saying matters of fundamental human rights, rule of law, and equality of all citizens with a core mandate at prioritizing all persons who reside in Ogun State are now being handled by the new platforms. Odutola explained that police officers tasked with these responsibilities have been trained to swiftly intercept calls, while complainants have an option to make their reports in the Yoruba language in cognizance of the queue while narrating their complaints. She assured residents that all infractions and unprofessional misconduct will be investigated and appropriate measures will be taken to sanction erring policemen as personnel on duty round the clock. Odutola added that residents and complainants can call 0813 9844 749 or 0708 4972 994 or contact the Complaint Response Unit on X via Embrace Peace PRO. And now to the rest of the stories. The federal government has charged tax practitioners to work harder in getting more revenue from taxes, stressing that tax revenue is currently the highest income source for the Federation. Accountant General of the Federation, Oluwatoyin Madeng, stated this at the 26th Annual Tax Conference of the Chartered Institute of Taxation of Nigeria in Abuja, with the theme Sustainable Tax Culture and Economic Roadmap for Nation Building. Madeng pointed out that based on the current high revenue from taxes, members of the Federation Account Allocation Committee are always looking forward to the figures from the Federal Inland Revenue Service every month in order to have funds to share to the three tiers of government. The Joint Admissions and Matriculation Board, JAMB, has released an additional 36,540 Unified Tertiary Matriculation Examination UTME results, which were earlier withheld for further investigation. This is in addition to the 531 results released the previous week, now bringing the total results released to 1,879,437. JAMB spokesman Fabian Benjamin made this known in a statement in Abuja. The board denied reports circulating on social media purporting to emanate from it that the outstanding 2024 UTM results, currently being subjected to intense scrutiny by its team of experts, had been compromised on account of a cybersecurity breach and that it was considering rescheduling the examination. It asked the public to disregard the report, saying it was created by fraudsters who were out to dupe the unsuspecting members of the public. The Academic Staff Union of Universities, ASU, has threatened to embark on another nationwide strike to protest absence of governing councils in all federal universities across the country, among other issues the government is set to address. ASU, which recalled that the federal government dissolved governing councils of the universities in May last year, has asked Nigerians to hold the government responsible for any decision it takes to protest the action. President of ASU, Emmanuel Oshodeke, spoke at a press conference which is ongoing at ASU National Secretariat, Abuja. Today is International Day of Families. In the 1980s, the United Nations began focusing attention on issues related to the family, and in 1983, based on the recommendations of the Economic and Social Council, it requested the Secretary General to enhance awareness among decision makers and the public of the problems and needs of the family. In its resolution on 29th of May 1985, the Council invited the General Assembly to consider the possibility of including in the provisional agenda of its 41st session an item entitled Families in the Development Process. In 1993, the General Assembly decided in a resolution that the 15th of May of every year should be observed as the International Day of Families. This day provides an opportunity to promote awareness of issues relating to families and to increase the knowledge of the socio-economic and demographic processes affecting families. This year's theme is Families and Climate Change and is focused on raising awareness on how climate change impacts families and the role families can play in climate action. And now to foreign news. Israel and Egypt are locked in a row over the Rafah border crossing, blaming each other for its continued closure as Gaza's humanitarian crisis worsens. Israeli forces have taken control of the Gaza side of the crossing, with Israel's Foreign Minister, Israel Katz, saying he had told the United Kingdom and Germany about the need to persuade Egypt to reopen the crossing. This is as Egypt says it is Israel's military operations in the area which are preventing aid from passing through. Egypt's Foreign Minister Sameh Shoukry called on Israel to assume its legal responsibility as the occupying power by allowing aid access through the land ports that are under its control. It will interest you to know that almost 450,000 Palestinians have fled from Rafah over the past week after the Israeli military moved into the area. And now sports. Nigeria's Aruna Quadri has reclaimed the International Table Tennis Federation Africa Cup title after beating Egypt's Mohamed El Beali 4-0 at the BK Arena in Kigali, Rwanda. It took Aruna 6 finals to reclaim the men's singles title, having lost the last 5 finals to Egyptian duo Omar Assar and Ahmed Saleh. Reacting to the win, Aruna said he never gave up on his dream and it does not matter where he came from. He also expressed happiness that all his hard work paid off with the victory. The tournament featured over 50 players from 15 countries as players brace for the African Olympic Qualification Tournament, which holds from May 16 to 18. And that is our news at 10. Just before we go, speed thrills but kills. Please do not drive beyond specified speed limits. You can follow us and like all our various social media platforms: X, Traffic Radio 961, Instagram, Lagos Traffic Radio 961. Subscribe and watch our news and programs live on YouTube at Traffic Radio 961. You can also visit our website at trafficradio961.ng. Did you know that the Sanwo-Olu administration provided 450,000 pupils with e-learning devices? You can get more details on the Lagos State Government website. To end the news are the highlights of the major stories. The Lagos State Examinations Board is set to commence screening tests into the 16 model colleges and upgraded junior secondary schools for the year 2024 and 2025 academic session. The federal government has charged tax practitioners to work harder in getting more revenue from taxes, stressing that tax revenue is currently the highest income source for the federation. We also told you that Israel and Egypt are locked in a row over the Rafah border crossing, blaming each other for its continued closure as Gaza's humanitarian crisis worsens. And in sport, Nigeria's Aruna Quadri has reclaimed the International Table Tennis Federation Africa Cup title after beating Egypt's Mohamed El Beali 4-0 at the BK Arena in Kigali, Rwanda. For contact with the newsroom, send a message to info@trafficradio961.ng. That is the news broadcast compiled by Adewale Oluboroku. I am Dele Agadumo. Good morning. Thank you for listening.